I don't know how to write to describe the emotions that Vaughn felt. I know in my own heart, having a son, when I place myself in that emotional situation, um, the emotions are so deep and they're so complex and they're so penetrating that words cannot do justice to, in that situation, hearing those words ring out, because a bazillion thoughts are going to go through Vaughn's mind. You just know he is torn to pieces between his duty to Zeke to honor the agreement to protect Kyra to leave, and how painstakingly it is that the honoring of that debt causes him to have to leave his son. Leave his son to certain death. Leave his son to an unknown death. And likewise, his son not knowing what happens to the father. I don't know of anything more pain-racking than taking the raft, so to speak, on a sinking ship that my son is still on, and not wanting to reverse the situation and throw my son onto the raft and me stay. Vaughn can't do that. Ceru cannot fulfill the obligation that Vaughn has. Ceru cannot fill the destiny, could not meet the job description, so to speak. He would not be able to protect Kyra like his father can as a member of the Tau, or Tao, if you want to pronounce it that way. So he's walking and he hears that word, Dad. And before he can turn, his son is upon him. And you can only imagine the expression on his son's face, on Ceru's face, because he's got this package. And he can't take no for an answer. It's in Vaughn's chest. And as soon as the package is in his chest, and of course Vaughn instinctively, when this is thrust at him from his son, takes hold of it. And as soon as his son understands the baton of this package has been passed, he does not want to get caught in some sort of an explanation of what is this, because that obviously Vaughn would go, well, what are you giving me? What is this? What does this mean? What's in the box? Son doesn't want to get into that conversation because the letters are of a sacred nature, and there are no words that I think can do justice in that environment. He knows it. The letters will speak for themselves. The letters will communicate what Ceru wants to be communicated. So Cerulean, as his full name as his father would call him, rather than his shortened name that his friends called him, Cerulean turns quickly with a long gray coat. And if you can imagine the scene on the dock where there are literally ships everywhere, thousands of people huddled in their goodbyes, those that are leaving, those that are not. And through that sea of people, Cerulean disappears as if he's disappearing into the sea. The imagery here was obviously not by mistake. There is, if you can imagine the sinking feeling of your hand reaching out as someone has fallen overboard, and the grip is, you're losing their grip, and they slip away underwater. And the image you have is of the sea swallowing them up. That is the image that Vaughn has of what has occurred here. That the sea of people, those smudges of charcoal, of brown and gray and black, like the sea, have literally swallowed his son, and he disappears. Cerulean disappears into that sea of people, and that's the last thing that Vaughn sees, and the metaphor haunts him. It is clear as day. It's not his son walking away, it's the dying planet claiming one of its own. And then he gets onto the ship, and the ship leaves. So that's, I guess, commentary. Call it bonus commentary. And let me stop there and once again express my profound gratitude for all of those that have followed the story and that continue to follow the story. I read every comment. There has not been a comment made on the story I have not responded to. And it is because there's just a great debt of gratitude that I feel for everyone that takes the time to read what I've written and leave a kind word or two. They never get old, and there will never be a time where I don't appreciate deeply every single word that has been left in support. Some of you know I've never written before this story was started, and it has been a difficult. It's been difficult for me to link my name with the idea of being a writer. Without the encouragement that you guys have given, I don't know that the story is still here, and that's something that, whether the story ends tomorrow or 10 years from now, or if it never ends, that encouragement and that support, something I'll never forget, and I will never ever forget to show gratitude and thank yous to you guys for being here along for the ride. So, having said that, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and I will let my favorite artist send us out on a little bit of a note, and hopefully the sound is being recorded and that it doesn't drown out my voice, but I'll let James take us out. Thank you.
I have seen peace, I have seen pain, resting on the shoulders of your name. Do you see the truth through all their lies? Do you see the world through troubled eyes? And if you want to talk about it anymore, lie here on the floor, cry on my shoulder. I'm a friend I have seen.
Once again, thanks for listening. I'll see you on the blog.